Attack on Titan, a show that in this day and age no longer needs an introduction, considering not only that it surpassed SpongeBob in popularity in America, but was also trending worldwide. That's insane, isn't it? An anime, not only that, but a mature anime became so popular all around the world. And if you were to go back to any kid, whether first watching this show or just watching anime in general, and told them, you know, someday anime is gonna become a worldwide popular, and a lot of people will be watching it to the point that it becomes extremely common. In fact, it's gonna become a trend on TikTok, and people are going to ruin the community. Their response will probably be something along the lines of, "What the fuck is TikTok? How did you get in my house?" But it really hasn't been all that better for this anime. Not only for its quality and its economic state, but the reception and the reaction it has gathered,
Fuck up and let me do my shit!
Especially in the new anime community. Yeah, I could make a whole video talking about the anime community and how much it has changed for the better or worse since I've been in it, which is at least a decade, to the moment it became trendy. And I would ask people that's something that I should do, but I don't have the followers to do that. I'll probably have like one vote. That'll be
my white bitch boy.
But regardless, AOT at this time is... Wait, so I'm recording this exact line on a Wednesday, March 30th. So, Thursday, Saturday, Friday, okay. So, like 4 days before the actual final episode of part 2 on April 3rd. And a lot of people believe that a movie is likely to be our last view of AOT.
Yo, holy fucking shit! Oh my god, let's fucking go! Yo, I don't give a fuck if it's part 3, even though technically it should be like season 5 or something. Let's fucking go! I know technically it's like 2 volumes of content, so that's kind of bullshit, and it's gonna take forever, but fuck, are we getting it? Oh my god, wait. 2023? You motherfuckers!
So I think if I don't procrastinate and if I don't have any more panic attacks, then I can probably finish this before the movie's even announced. And for once, I'll make a video on a topic that's relevant, so...
I am the milkman. My milk is delicious.
AOT has a special place in my heart because it was one of the first animes that I had actually watched alongside... So, I really do have a lot of love for this anime. Plus, it's really good, so it added to my love for it. Easily on my top list. And I don't know, a lot of what's going on recently really made me want to talk about it. There's just so much going on in this whole community. The controversies, Mappa and weeb, its dramatic popular shifts, people being really fucking stupid and making some dumbass claims, almost like they didn't watch the entire show. The way people are in this fandom, whether old or new. Gabby, Flog, Jaegeris, the Jaeger himself, Aaron, and an unnerving amount of people who want to be Jaegerist. The simping, the fact that some people apparently don't understand writing that isn't basic shonen. Really most of the communities. So I'm really not going to be talking about Attack on Titan itself because that's a whole Pandora's box to open if you want to talk about the plot. And there's probably already really good videos out there somewhere. I might link them somewhere around here. Might learn how to do that tap thing on the top left, right, I don't know, my right and left. But rather, I'm going to be talking about what this show has provoked in people and how they've reacted to it, whether good or bad. So, we have a lot that I want to rant about. And I only have limited brain fluid, so... This anime has had it good and has had it rough. Sometimes really good, sometimes really rough. It was considered overrated when it first started, despite season 1 easily being the weakest of the seasons.
Don't talk shit about Attack on Titan. It's a really good show.
People seem to have forgotten about it when season 2 part 1 came out 4 years later. It became underrated when season 2 part 2 and season 3 released, and then 2020 hits. Anime starts to become trendy on TikTok, and suddenly season 4 becomes overly popular. Everyone was talking about the trailer and everyone's waiting for the release, and I legit mean everyone for once. Social media was filled with AOT, whether fan art, edits, react videos, that one facts page on Instagram that's really garbage, PFPs.
These people with anime avatars are everywhere. Every comment section, every Twitter discussion, everywhere in the Facebook comments. And you say one thing about anime, and these guys will fuck you up, man. They will breathe really heavy and start typing on the keyboard really fast. You sure showed me. Like, damn, who put a good old Rasengan up your ass, you feel me?
And the typical things to come from a popular show. And this legit came out of nowhere. Legit out of nowhere. To the point that I can't put into words how fucking confused I was when everyone started talking about it like it has always been this incredibly popular show that everyone has watched. When the only person I was able to talk about it when season 2 came out was my cousin. That's not even my blood related cousin. And we exchanged like a 5-minute conversations of it. So like... So let's see all that roller coaster popularity. Again, back when season 1 came out in 2013, the anime quickly became massively popular within the anime community. I wouldn't know exactly the time, but consider I started watching... Hold on. 2015. Okay, so 2 years after its original release. And at the time, it was alright, pretty dark, pretty, and for some, pretty hot. Now, I'm not going to dwell much, but I have to talk about the fandom at the time. Shit. If I were to look through my Pinterest account, I'm sure all the way at the bottom, I'll find some of the old Season 1 Attack on Titan memes. Moves like Jagger, John being a horse, that one Titan running, Levi's height, Levi beating Eren, Sasha Potato Girl, Levi cleaning, the many memes about the intro, whether the wall or the Mikasa is Tsukasa, the Armin boy and girl, or the Armin He-Man, Arm out, Armin, the Armin scream. Oh my god, the fucking dub Armin scream. If you were a weeb around this time, you know how this thing for some people was like the funniest shit in the world. But granted, this was where it all started. A very innocent place where people could either make really wholesome or funny content with a slight pinch of cringe. But hey, considering the age most of us were, that's just what it was. It was alright. It was just our time. Then you had the shipping / horny corner. And this one obviously stuck around for the entire show. People shipping Mikasa and Eren despite their sibling-ish relationship. The Levi and Eren despite Eren being 15 and Levi being 30 something, but let's not worry about that. And people finding this beat up scene kinda hot. You guys have a fetish.
Joke's on you, I'm into that shit!
Levi's short ass was being simped on by everybody, and people probably bought a lot of pillows of him or Mikasa, everyone's beefy waifu. Again, everything was standard in the community, and there wasn't much else we could do. We waited and waited and waited for season 2 to be announced. 1 year passes, 2 years pass, 3, and finally after 4 years we received the palm of God with open arms. That makes no sense. We hop onto Kiss Anime and we go to watch it and admire the glory of season 2, introduced with this amazing top tier auditory orgasm, this musical peak, this masterpiece of a fucking intro that I don't think I even need to play. it was perfect. But the hype, it had changed. Back in season 1, the show had its first overrated problem. After becoming so popular, being memed to death, being simmed to death, and the many cosplays and fan products and all of that, everyone just started complaining about not being as good as everyone made it to be, that the story sucked, that the characters sucked, the fandom, yada yada, you know, the typical overrated anime complaints. They weren't necessarily wrong since, in my opinion, again, season 1 is easily the weakest season, but I was too young to remember or care. However, that mixed in with the 4-year-long wait for season 2 made the anime go from overrated to just there. Despite it being a huge step up from season 1, people just watched it and it didn't even get close to the impact of season 1, so it just became an anime that, like any other, was just there doing its godly shit and not worrying about, you know, all the other bitches. And then season 3 came out even more fucking banging. The animation busted through the roof with no insurance. The story moistening every single underwear in existence. The characters were getting richer and even more symptom. Everything was just incredible. I mean, I'm pretty sure I had to show you.
こっちの動きを完全に読んでたってことか。
And just everything about season 3 was fucking fantastic. Season 3 was just like that perfect. It had the best arc. The intros were just as amazing. The animation, again, it had the return to Shigashina, which it's known to be one of the best arcs of the entire show, if not the best. This was the point where I just looked at this show and I thought, yeah, you know what? This bitch is my favorite in the world. Cementing my undying loyalty to those oppressed teenagers. Especially since season 3 came out around the time I was leaving the US, so not only did they keep me going, but I gotta say, I am so glad I didn't know about going on social media like Instagram or shit to like look at posts of animes or shows I liked, because when I tell you my fucking face and how my mind exploded when I was just laying in my cousin's bed watching this episode. We finally get to the basement, something the fandom had been waiting for forever, to the point it was mean that we would never get there, but here we are. I'm losing my fucking brains right now. I'm like, I have the chills on my back. The key's being used. Holy shit, what's happening? What the fuck? I can still feel the chills right now in my present self. And holy shit! That moment right there made me feel something indescribable. I had never been hit with a plot twist like this in my life, alright? I didn't watch that many good things with plot twists in them. Or I didn't watch that many things with good plot twists in them. The story I knew had completely changed. I didn't have that moment for things like Ani or Rainier or Bertolomolo, because I did get that one spoiled, but holy shit, this was the moment I paused the episode, ran out of the room, I started jumping. I don't know what the noises I was making were, but consider my brother came out and be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm just blabbling what the plot twist was, which he forgot since he got it spoiled again through the My War opening. But holy shit, I just truly had experienced peak fiction in that small little bedroom. And I just left empty. And I just was empty and happy with that final episode of season 3, where the series ended with the idea that they were finally free and they reached the ocean they always wanted to see, putting an end to an amazing anime. It's what I would say if I care about my mental health, but I clearly don't since I watched this show. Because it's now close to the end of 2020, and, well, it was, and we finally get the apparently long-awaited Season 4. Oh, fuck, dude. Now, we have reached the back rooms. We are at the bottom of the iceberg. We are in the room with William Afton. Coca-Cola, espuma! The fucking idiots with their terrible opinions have invaded, and the people that I'm genuinely glad don't have any position of importance are speaking, because while this show was going up, everything else was burning like fire. Hellfire. I mean, I could just put the same thing I put on my TPM video. In fact, I'm gonna copy what I said. Where do I even start? The characters, the dumb cunts on the internet that sadly have freedom of speech. The animation. Oh, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. I mean, fuck, man. Man, just talking about this puts me in a bad mood. But I do want to talk about this. We gotta get rid of the bad stuff to go back to the our happy place, alright? Let's see. Let's start off with the smallest part, which is the Wit versus Mappa studios. Now, disclaimer that no matter what I said about either studio, they're both fucking phenomenal. Okay? And the animators deserve all the love and support imaginable. Because as a fellow artist,
Broke nigga alert. Broke nigga alert.
You're talking about me?
Broke nigga
I
alert.
think so, my nigga.
and as a fellow very beginning level animator, I understand the difficulty of animation, which is why I am a sacrificial lover of it. And please, 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 Mappa, let the people rest. God damn. But I feel like the people who say that Mappa's animated ODM scenes are better than Wit are just lying to themselves. Now, don't get it twisted. Season 4 Part 2 definitely proved to me that Mappa could do a phenomenal job animating Attack on Titan. However, Part 1 was where I had originally lost hope. Now, I will always thank Mappa and their animators, well, mostly their animators, for being able to continue this series and not let it die off because they couldn't animate it or something like that. But I still can't stand the fact that Wit couldn't animate the final season because I genuinely think I would have been nutting every single episode just from the animation. And when Mappa took over, I thought, you know what? Well, at least Wit is still animating Villain Saga, and season 1 was absolutely good. Oh, for fuck's sake, Mappa! I don't know if Wit was having worse financial troubles than back in season 2 when they had to start cutting corners with a bit of CGI, but I don't know. I'm still mad about that. I thank you, Mappa, again. You guys deserve everything in the world because, well, you're animators, not you, but the animators deserve everything in the world. I still have the right to be mad a little bit. Because in Part 1, I really didn't have hope. I mean, I do gotta say, thank you, Mappa Overlords, for this frame.
Nice ass. Do not lust in your heart. Jesus, you're right.
But aside from removing a lot of Aaron's subtle emotions that showed how he really didn't have this 360 personality change like so many believed, but he was rather putting up a tough front, like the slight eye movements and squinting and, you know. Aside from those, there were just some frames that I just legit I thought looked bad. Especially how you treated Armin like this goddess and then just fucked them up the next episode. I can't exaggerate. I was legit laughing at how he looked that episode. From that there were some frames, some angles that I really didn't like. And there's something about Attack on Titan's Mappa side profiles that I don't really like them either. But that's more of a personal opinion, okay? I just don't really like how they look. Also, yeah, I'm gonna say it. I don't like how Mikasa looked in that frame either. And no, it does not like the manga. The lips are different, the eyes are different. Stop lying to yourselves. The reanimated looks better. But I also don't think she looks like a man, okay? I'm not that fucking brain dead. Relax. The animators deserve to have their dicks sucked on the daily, and they deserve to get happy endings every single day of their lives. Doesn't mean I'm gonna lie to myself about it, okay? And yeah, I wasn't too fond of the CGI Titans either. Something about these giant creatures being hand-drawn was just a lot more appealing to me, and it made them feel more connected and more there in the world. But if this means the animators were giving 30 more seconds with their family members, then I understand, 100%. Then Part 2 came out, and that definitely exceeded my expectations. Not only was the OP and ED absolutely beautifully animated, but there were some ODM scenes that felt genuinely really good. I mean, I'm not brain dead and saying that they're better than Wit, but Mappa was just doing its shit, and I really appreciate that. There were some things about the way they draw characters I'm not overly fond of, but that's a simple personal preference, and that's not Mappa's fault. But seriously, stop taking on so many projects. Your animators are underpaid and are basically living in the studio. I mean, shit.
You know, it's about action. It's about, you know, those people get powers at nighttime and stuff.
Okay.
I think it's gonna really win the people over.
Okay.
You picked it up. Also picked up Under the Stars, another action anime, and then we manga, I mean, and then we also picked up Assassination School. So if you guys work really diligently,
Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, Attack on Titan, Hell's Paradise, and Vinland Saga, and that's probably not even the ones. I don't even know if you guys are even doing the Yuri on Ice movie still anymore. Like, Jesus.
You see, Mabel, those monsters are just tiny clay figures moved around one frame at a time by an antisocial shut-in. Those people are called animators.
Now, there has been so many arguments in the community that it is common knowledge, and one that I very well agree with, that the Attack on Titan fandom has become almost as bad, if not just as bad, as My Hero Academia. But I can't say how bad because, you know, at least you don't easily find videos of Attack on Titan characters eating spaghetti with the others. With the others, let me say this in a way I won't get demonetized.
I used Todoroki semen.
It's another fatherless child. Can't act right cause they left him fatherless. No hood.
I hate these people. You posted this online. You legit posted this online. Why? You have no self-respect. Okay. And the reason for that is, well, actually reasons, because there's way too many.
Says you're a pussy.
I don't know if this was all caused due to the massive anime bomb that happened, or if it was always like this, but I just never experienced it this badly firsthand. But for whatever reason, this community is, it's fucking hell. Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of good things about it. The cosplayers, the edits, the fan art is downright incredible and impressive. And just like anywhere else, there's good content to find. On the other hand, starting off with the things that happened in part 1, and the one I remember the most, was the claims that Attack on Titan and subsequently Isayama were racist because the Titans were Jewish. I think that's why. That's the one I remember mostly people talking about. And if I remember this correctly, I even had someone I knew try and tell me that Isayama was apparently abusive and racist and homophobic, despite literally being a source, just trust me bro situation. And when I did find the article talking about him being racist because the Titans were being a depiction of Jewish people, and despite the fact that Jewish are literally supposed to be Eldians. Do you want to guess who else is an Eldian? Every fucking main character that is sent for and loved by all weeps around. The main characters! That alongside with a comment that I saw once on an Instagram post, go figure, about it making you sympathize with Nazis, when the only quote-unquote Nazis that they make you sympathize with are Eldians, who are brainwashed, and they're only honorary Marlians, who do it for a better life. Like, I don't understand how these people exist. I really don't. Now, in part 2, I could say that maybe with Magato, I don't actually know how to say Magat, but they do try to do a little bit of that, but at least before they try to make you sympathize with him, they give him some development and they make him realize that, you know, he has done a lot of bad things. And, you know, so at least they give us that. And no, Aaron is not the bad mustache man, because otherwise I get demonetized even though I don't get any money from this video. He's trying to defend his land and his friends that have been getting transformed into Titans and overall have been getting fucked over by the ones who want to annihilate a race just because of their ancestors and making them wear armbands, you know, Marlians. So, also in terms of characters, I gotta talk a bit about Gabi. Come on, like, yes, I understand her parallels with Eren, and I remember when people were, all the way back when season 1 came out, I was like, oh, I don't get why people hate her this much. I mean, she's just a kid. Like, she was annoying, but I remember seeing, oh, wait till this episode, wait till that episode, and I was like, okay, I'll see. I see how she's supposed to be like Eren. I still don't like her.
Seen this meme I wanted to read y'all. Japanese fans are surprised that Gabby's hated in the West. Yeah, fuck that bitch!
Again, she has good writing, but I did find her incredibly annoying in part 1. And unlike Eren, who was just fighting to protect his people, because, you know, his own home and mother were killed by Marley without any reason, and consequently a lot of his friends were also being killed, and to them there was no reason why. It was just how the world worked. She was just killing people because she was brainwashed, and when they attacked the people she loved, it was only after they declare war. So I'm not gonna lie, I like Kaya telling her just straight up the facts and just humbling her bitch ass, because I like that. And even almost stabbing her, okay? I did kind of like that. I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't be cheering for a child almost getting killed, but it's an animation. Alright? Get over it. The character's not real, okay? She did grow on me with her character development. I know her no scoop compilation's finna be fucking fire. Face Gabi. She's really is Face Gabi. But I did get mad annoyed when they show her as Sasha and Aaron in the mirror. Like, stop. Please, just, like, no, you're not him and you're not her. Speaking of him, I gotta talk about that